Hi, my name is Chris Gant. I'm the lead bartender here at the Jekyll Island Club Resort, and I'm going to teach you how to make the Southern Peach Old Fashioned. So what I'm going to do is about 2 dashes of bitters. You don't want to do too much of this because it really dilutes the drink if you do. So I do about 2 dashes. You will have people who do more. Then I'm going to do, and this is very, very special. So basically what this is this is our smoked peach simple syrup. And what I do is I cut about 6 peaches up, I put them in our wood fire pizza oven, and I get them real smoky with new wood chips. And then from there, I turn it into like a shrub, and I put it on the stovetop for about 30 minutes and let it soak up all that flavor, then sit it in the cooler for about 24 hours. And from there, it's history. I just exchange it out, and I drain the syrup into bottles, and I use it here. So I'm going to do about a spoonful into the mixing glass, and then I'm going to do 2 spoonfuls on the ice sphere. And the reason I do an ice sphere in this old fashioned is because it slowly melts. And here in southern Georgia it's very hot and humid, so ice melts fast, but these actually melt very slowly. And also in these ice spheres, the hidden ingredient, I put a little bit of the simple syrup in the bottom of the ice when I'm freezing them, so as the drink does melt, it doesn't water it down, it flavors it up. So it's really good. And so from there, I'm going to use Blade and Bow whiskey, and it's actually from Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of this. And I'm going to put ice in there. And the reason you wait to put ice into it until after the ingredients is for the simple fact that, like I said, we're in southern Georgia. You don't want to water it down. And when you spin an old fashioned, as you can see, look at the ice dissolve away. And it really turns into that burnt caramel fall color. And you want to spin it, I count in my head about 35 times. And there we go, that's about perfect. The key to a good old fashioned is how cold it is. And the key to a good bartender, or anyone throwing a party at their house, you have to taste your work. So from there, I'm going to use a julep strainer. And I'm going to just pour it right over that ice. And as you can see, it really fits well in this rocks glass with that ice sphere. And the last ingredient in this, and it is definitely not the least, I zest an orange on top. And the reason I zest an orange is for that flavor. And people sometimes will muddle cherry and orange in there. We don't do that. That's how you water down and make a fake old fashioned. This is truly how you make a southern Georgia old fashioned. Cheers. I'm going to teach you today how to make the Liliquoi Mai Tai with a pomegranate puree. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this about halfway, about a cup's length. And we're going to do an ounce of white rum. We're going to do a ½ ounce of lime juice, a ½ ounce of orange juice, and then we're going to do an ounce of combier. And we're going to do an ounce of simple. We're going to give it a nice little shake from here. We're going to empty the remains into this rocks glass. We're going to give it a little bit of a touch from this Myers dark rum for a float on top, for about a 5-second count. Give it a nice little float. There we go, perfect. And from there, we're going to use our house-made Liliquoi foam, and we're going to give it a little touch. There we go. And you drink this through the glass instead of the straw. That way you get every single layer. Cheers. Now I'm going to teach you how to make the Fuego margarita. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do an El Jimador reposado. And you want to do a reposado with your tequila for a margarita because it gives it the most flavor. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of this. And then we're going to do a ½ ounce of Saint Germain elderflower. I'm going to do a ¼ ounce of lime juice. I'm going to do an ounce of grapefruit, and it's pink grapefruit juice. And then I'm going to do a ½ ounce of combier. And then the most special ingredient in this is going to be our house-made jalapeno simple syrup. and I make this about every 2 or 3 days. And it definitely gives it a lot of flavor, not the heat that burns you at the front of your mouth. It comes from the back of your throat. Fill this up with ice. Give it a little shake. And I serve this up in a martini glass with no ice. That way it doesn't flavor down with ice. It doesn't water it down. It's just gonna leave it. And basically there you have it. No heat. Cheers.